Covenant believe that what they call the silent cartographer is somewhere under this island. The cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple structures and installations. One of them contains the map room.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to come out swinging. Touchdown! Hit it, Marines! Go, go, go!
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my Halo Combat Evolved playthrough series. Today we're playing what's probably the most what's the word I'm looking for? The most well-known, iconic level from Halo Combat Evolved, which is the Silent Cartographer. This level, cool piece of lore about this level is this level started off as an AI sandbox level for the game called B30, and they ended up implementing it into the game as the 4th level. This was also the demo level. There was a demo for Halo Combat Evolved. It was packaged in with some demo disc for things like the official Xbox magazine, stuff like that, so that people could try out the game. And this was the demo level. It had Sarge talking to you after you finished at the end. But this is a pretty interesting level because it's one of the more, I don't want to say non-linear, because you are supposed to follow a specific path, but the island is just a big circle. It's just a small island, and you're supposed to go this way normally, but you can backtrack and go all the way around to where you're supposed to start by going this way. Now there are speedrunners who have beat the game in a matter of minutes by skipping this whole first part, and we're not going to do that today, but I will show you as I encounter those parts, what they do to skip those parts. So we'll go ahead and head back the way we're supposed to go in the mission, which is back this way. But I always loved, before Call of Duty, stuff like that, I mean, you had Medal of Honor, but, this part here where you're landing, on the beach, and in the middle of a firefight, very reminiscent of, the landing at Normandy in World War II, has that cool kind of feel to it. It's funny how one will go hide and then the other one will pop out. There we go. Go take out the other one. Got him.
Area secure.
Affirmative. Echo 419
Some more of those cool graphical effects that the game has on this pillar here.
We deliver.
I always love the way that looked. Stuff like that. Pretty cool. Bowhammer, the Pelican pilot, is always such an awesome character.
Okay, let's Let's move out.
I guess all the
Let's go
Marines
find the
died.
map room that will show us the location of Halo's control center.
So you can just drive by all these guys, you know, if you want to. You don't have to fight them. Jackals are so friggin' deadly with those plasma pistols. Oh, wow. You don't have to kill these guys. You can just drive past them, but I'm a kind of a completionist when it comes to killing enemies, so I always like to make sure I take everybody out. There we go. We'll get back in the Warthog. Take advantage of this chain gun on the back of the Warthog. The Halo 1 Warthog gun never runs out of ammo. I guess it's just generates ammo. Not sure what he's trying to accomplish. It's a group of jackals up here. If you time it right, you can kill. Well, no. No, that's the next part.
There, in the cliff wall. I'll bet the silent cartographer is somewhere inside that facility. Now there's a bunch of elites in here. Can drive the Warthog through here, but it's hard to do on legendary and survive.
Oh, almost stuck him.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here. My analysis indicates that the map room should be at the bottom floor of this facility. Let's keep going inside.
Let's see. I'll go ahead and drive the Warthog. It's not necessary, but why not? Some more of those cool bump maps on the architecture. So normally, for the people who are like doing speed runs, if you bring the Warthog down here,
Don't let them lock the doors.
then oh, that was a bad mistake. If you bring the Warthog down in there, you can drive down in there and turn it sideways and get out, like at just the right moment, and you'll fly through the door before they lock the door. You're not supposed to. It's kind of a glitch, and that'll let you into the underground area. But normally, the way the mission plays out is
Interesting. I underestimated the Covenant's
so-
understanding of Halo's subsystems. They've locked the doors.
we're gonna play it the way
We don't
it's
have enough
meant to
firepower
be.
get
But
through them.
Cortana to
you can
Key.
drive down here,
Go ahead,
and you
Cortana.
kind of power slide like that and get out, and the momentum of the
The
Warthog.
Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this installation's security system.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective. I may be out of contact when we get there. Here are your orders. I want you to use any means necessary to force your way into the facility and find Halo's control center. We have to get to the center before the Covenant. Failure, people, is not an option.
Echo 419 to ground teams. I'll stay on station and keep an eye out for Covenant bogies.
Second squad, ready to roll as soon as everybody's topside.
LZ looks secure, sir. Nothing moving.
Good luck, people. Keys out.
We need to find the security override to get this door open.
But yeah, so you come flying down here and you power slide sideways, and the momentum of the Warthog, if you get out at just the right time, will propel you through the door before it closes. And so you're basically it's kind of like glitching into that area, because normally, as we're about to do now, you have to go the door locks, so you have to go to another part of the island and go down underground and unlock it. So we'll head on to the next area. You can actually, if I remember correctly, I don't want to tempt it because I don't want to die, but I'm pretty sure you can go pretty far out in the water. I used to always like ramping off of this part right here.
It looks like there is a path into the interior of the island.
Right on top of those guys. Oh, that was a terrible grenade. Didn't kill him. There we go. Graphically, this looks pretty basic, you know, compared to modern games. But I remember first time playing through it, like this part seemed cool because there was more trees, so it was like, oh, this is like a forest area. Oh. It's almost like they know when you're weak. The elites. Oh, that was terrible. How did he not die from that? There we go. Up over his hill, there's some hunters down there. But I got the pistol, so best gun in the game for dealing with hunters. Some overshields too. Oh, missed him. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Trooper. One of the things I really love about this game too is, you know, for people that don't, you know, it's pretty standard today. Some games are starting to move away from it, but for a long time after Halo, before Halo, first-person shooters were basically you pick up a weapon, you keep that weapon, and as you'd play, you'd end up cycling through like these large, you know, arsenals of weapons, you know, that you wanted to play with. Halo came along and said you can have 2 weapons on your character at a time, which was really cool because it made you choose you know, what weapon do I want to use? And early on, you know, when you first start playing, you're like, oh, you know, whatever the biggest, best weapon. So if you come across a rocket launcher, you know, you're gonna get the rocket launcher, right? That's, you know, that's a power weapon. You know, that's the one I need to use. But then as you play the game more, you start to realize that everything is situational. So, you know, they may present you with a sniper or a rocket launcher, but those may not be the best weapons for the next encounter. You know, so it's a constant juggling act of deciding, you know, which weapons you want to use. And that really was, you know, made even more interesting by the arsenal available in this game. So, you know, obviously with later Halo games, you had, you know, more weapons added into the game, you know, because everything, you know, the sequels had to be bigger, better, and all that stuff. But with Halo 1, you know, each weapon felt unique, and it felt powerful, and it felt like, you know, it was good on its own. You know, whereas in some of the later games, you know, you end up with weapons that are kind of throwaway, you know, not really that useful, especially, and I love the dual wielding that was added into Halo 2 and 3, but I will say that the downside of dual wielding was that weapons that could be dual wielded were not good on their own. You know, I mean, obviously with Halo 1, the M6D pistol, which is the pistol that you use in Halo 1, it shoots a high velocity exploding round, which, you know, is kind of part of why it's so good. But you know, in Halo 2 they introduced the Magnum, which was a smaller, less lethal pistol, but also because of dual wielding, it wasn't as effective in general. So the same thing with the plasma pistol. Halo 1, the plasma pistol is one of the most lethal weapons in the game, easy. But in Halo 2 and 3 and later games, it's nowhere near as good. And another thing I'll say, that my son was playing Halo CE Anniversary on Master Chief Collection on PC not too long ago, and one thing I noticed, because he was stuck on a part, so I was going to try to help him get through that part, and one of the things I noticed was, first thing I tried to do was get a plasma. I was like, oh, you need a plasma pistol, you know, legendary, you know, plasma pistol's a must. But I don't know if it's the controller or what, but with the Xbox One controller on Halo Anniversary on MCC, you can't shoot the plasma pistol as fast as you can on this version. So you see how fast I can, and I'm pulling the trigger each time. You know, you kind of have to use the middle of your middle finger and find the sweet spot, and then just sit there, and, you know, you're almost more vibrating your finger than pulling it. But you can shoot it really fast, and I was not able to do that with the Xbox One controller on the MCC version. So I thought that was interesting. You know, definitely, you know, the plasma pistol not being as viable in Halo Combat Evolved is a big deal, because it's so useful, you know, in this version of the game. I'll show you a little shortcut too. Come out of here. keep from having to backtrack all the way around. That's one of the few things that everybody loved Halo Combat Evolved when it came out, especially the multiplayer aspect. But, you know, just the gunplay and everything. But one of the things that it was criticized a lot for was the backtracking. There's a lot of backtracking in the game, but that's mostly because most of the game's development came together in the last few months of the game's development. So we'll move down into this. Remember, this area almost reminded me of like a sanctuary, almost like a religious building. Kind of run around, and some cool architectural designs in here. And the music, you know, again, sets the tone, sets the mood, the ambience. Just has a real alien feel to it. And this is where we open that door that was locked to us.
Use the holo panel to shut down the security system. Good. That should open the door that leads into the main shaft.
Gold sword elites. It's so crazy. I remember I used to like look down and just see how it's just like, oh my god, like it was crazy to me that they were able to make these areas so huge, you know. It made the spaces feel bigger and more interesting. Being able to look down and see stuff like that. Oh, there's another little neat Easter egg. I don't know if you can see it, but the bottom of the Master Chief's boot has the letters MRL. Might be kind of hard to see, but you can see the reflection on the glass. That's Marcus Leto, the guy who designed the Master Chief. He put his initials on the bottom of the Chief's boot. So it's another cool little Easter egg.
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
Oh.
Understood. We're on our way.
Forgot about the invisible. Yeah, they're hard to see. Like, yeah, it's almost like fighting against the Predator from the movie Predator. Like, you have to look for that shimmer because the invisibility was so good in this game. Is that all of them? I don't remember how many there were. Is a gold? I saw that gold sword elite come in. Is he in here still? Nope. Those guys are. More invisible guys. Ooh, running low on pistol ammo. Is that it? I think so. Okay. Now, one thing I will point out before we leave this room, I was talking about in one of the other videos that there's a novel that came out after this game that was based on the game, and it was interesting because it you know, kind of threw a subplot storyline into the game that isn't in the game, and it made the perspective for me when I would play through the game after that interesting, because in this subplot story you had an elite along with kind of a few grunts who was tasked with hunting down and killing the Master Chief. And so in the book, when the Chief comes out of this area, in one of these purple crates, that elite is hiding, waiting to ambush the Chief. But he doesn't ever jump out and attack him for whatever reason. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I read it. But so I remember every subsequent time I played through here, I would always wonder, you know, obviously he's not because the book came out later, but I would always be like, which one of these crates is he in? So now when we come up here, you're supposed to backtrack, but you can just jump down on the tree like that. And then you can kind of just skirt the wall.
Chief, Bravo 22
like
is
that,
bringing us
not
some
taking any
heavy
damage.
weapons. After I saw we
Keeps
were
you
up
from having
against
to
hunters, I thought you could
backtrack
use them.
around.
Let's move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any cargo we can salvage.
Now we'll this down Pelican has a rocket launcher, so I will go ahead and pick that up. I can't remember if that might be the first time you get a rocket launcher in the game. I don't remember a time before that of one showing up. Come on now. Put the rocket launcher to use. Oh. They almost got me with those. He did too. Those jackals are so deadly. And then in Halo 2 they show up as snipers, and they're even more deadly, especially on Legendary. So when I get to that playthrough, the Halo 2 Legendary playthrough, that's gonna be fun. Alright, so we'll make our way back around to that where the door was locked, where I was talking about how you can kind of glitch through it. So here we are back at the beach. I'll point out too, I don't know if I don't think I've mentioned this, but if you'll notice, I'm playing the game in the original format, which is 4x3 format. Basically means the picture is square. You know, whenever the original Xbox came out, it supported widescreen and HD resolutions, but most TVs were not that. And so because of that, the original games were 4x3. Oh, he got away. Oh. Now I can't remember if Halo 2 had native 4x3 support or widescreen support, 16:9. The way you notice the difference, though, like I used to play, I wanted to play do these videos in its original format, but I used to play it on widescreen TV, but the problem was you had to make it fill the screen, you had to put it on like a full screen or stretch format. And what would happen was the aiming reticules in the middle of the screen would be kind of, you know, egg-shaped, and the things would be stretched out depending on what kind of stretch it was. So if it was one that just stretched from the middle out, like the Warthog would look wider than normal. So we got some more hunters over here. Oh. Yeah. Definitely don't want to engage the hunters with other enemies around. Korean jackals. Alright, so we'll push in and take these guys out. Oh. Oh, he got me. All right. So we'll go ahead and push into the inner sanctum. That's a trying to get the Warthog in places it shouldn't go is kind of a Halo staple. I think I've done it in every single game. It's a long ways down. So, again, I'm not gonna show it, but you're trying to get down there. There is a way. Take these guys out. So, if you jump, there's a way to fall and hit the edge of that little ramp right there just right, and you skip having to go down all these levels. And then you can jump and land on that little angle right there and then fall to the bottom, activate. Now the really good speedrunners, what they'll do is they'll do the little thing I talked about earlier, where they'll come drive the Warthog down, they'll jump out, propel themselves through this door, they'll come over here, they'll jump down there, hit it just right to where they survive, jump down there, activate the cartographer, and then they'll throw grenades up here like in a series and jump, and the explosions from the grenades will propel them all the way back up here, to which they'll jump in the Warthog and leave. It's crazy. Like, if look it up on YouTube. I'll link I think the dude that has the record for speedrunning this level, I watched his video not too long ago. I'll link it in the description just to show you how crazy it is, the way that they figure out how to get through here quickly. But we'll do it the normal way so I can show you the whole level. And of course, in Halo 1, and I believe other, the games that come after, meleeing an enemy in the back is always a one-hit kill. Or a sleeping grunt is meleeing them as a one-hit kill. He's everywhere. Oh. Dude survived a rocket to the face. It's ridiculous. And the gold sword elites will survive way more than just one, too. Their shield strength is ridiculous. So we'll just kind of look around. So there's a lot of going down these corridors. Fighting off rooms full of Covenant. More hunters. I don't know if there's any more enemies other than the hunters in here or not. Maybe not. Maybe it was just those. I think it is usually just some jackals with the hunters. Animations they have. It's pretty cool. So there's a bunch of guys probably below. So we'll move on down to the next part. And then of course, like I was talking about earlier, the Halo CE backtracking. After we get to the bottom, we gotta fight our way back up. But that does accompany some of my favorite music in the game.
Got 2 enemy dropships coming in fast.
Damn it. Okay, people, we got company coming. Let's set the table. Engage enemy forces on site.
It'll be easier to hold them off from inside the structure. Can you get inside?
Negative. They're closing in too fast. Negative. Chief, you gotta find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Give him hell, Marine. We'll be in a tight spot if we don't get out of here before additional reinforcements arrive. Let's find that map.
Oh, there we go. I forgot that was there. So that's the cartographer. Rocket launcher. Alright, so let's fire up the cartographer.
There. That hollow panel should activate the map. Analyzing. Halo's control center is located there. That structure appears to be some sort of temple or shrine, if I've interpreted this correctly. Interesting. A shrine is an unlikely place to put such a significant installation.
Cortana to Captain Keyes. The captain has dropped out of contact, Cortana. His ship may be out of range or having equipment problems.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've re-established contact, and then tell him that the Master Chief and I have determined the location of the control center. We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
Affirmative. Foehammer out.
So we gotta make our way back up now. And then, like I said, the heavy metal guitars music starts. Love the music. Rocket. I'm just gonna waste the ammo so I can pick up plasma pistol because it's more effective ultimately. lot of them guys. There we go. Checkpoint. There we go. Pretty sure there's more guys up here, but yeah, there they are. Trickle in. I think there's, yeah. An elite with those. I need to get another plasma pistol. Yeah. Lead or dead, run away. So funny. Almost there. Almost at the top. Yep, this is the room. It's important to always find somewhere to hide or back up and give your shields time to recharge, just because once those shields are down, that health goes so fast. Who is that shooting me? Oh, there he is. Got him. I want to say there's a gold sword elite up here, if I remember correctly. He didn't last very long. Alright. Make our way back up top. There's going to be more elites and stuff we have to fight on the way up, but then after that, that'll be it for episode 4 in the Silent Cartographer.
Cortana to Echo 419. The Chief and I are topside, requesting pickup.
Roger, on my way.
Oh, get out, get out. I see invisible elites. Didn't see him. Wait, he's taking them shots. Oh my god. There's a few. There's a few of them. Did not expect to see that. There's two. Look at him. One more, maybe? Is that the last one? Paranoid. Yeah, I believe that was it. We'll drive the Warthog out. Get inside. One thing I do want to point out real quick that I didn't before is this little tunnel here that kind of loops back around to this area that you can kind of take if you want to get an ambush on those jackals that hang out down there when you first come out. And of course, all this under here is lots of cool bump maps. Graphically, looks pretty nice for its time. So that pretty much does it for this episode. Silent Cartographer. Like I said, probably the most iconic Halo CE map. One of my favorite levels. But that's it. So, yeah. If you enjoyed the video, throw me a like. I appreciate it. Otherwise, see you next time for episode 5, which is going to be my personal favorite mission in all of Halo CE, which is Assault on the Control Room. It's also a really long mission, so I may or may not break it up into 2 parts, depending on. I don't want the videos to be too long, so but we'll see. But thanks again. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.
Let's get moving. Foehammer, here are coordinates and a flight plan I've worked up.
Cortana, these coordinates are underground.
The Covenant did a thorough seismic scan, and my analysis shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep tunnels, which circle the whole ring.
I hope your analysis is on the money, Cortana. This Pelican won't turn on a dime.
Look on the bright side, Foehammer. The last thing the Covenant will expect is an aerial insertion from underground.